who do they pick?
I have become part of the group that sees big coalitions maybe not as the only way, but maybe as the best way to control political egos and lower costs of governing the small country. Voices are growing that there is a possibility that might become reality after April 25, that the socialists and the Democrats, maybe conditioned by the close result on the elections, may consider forming like a big coalition cabinet. Do you see that as a possibility or as a travesty of democracy?
Not for me to comment.
Certainly you're not getting involved in that.
Not for me to comment.
Okay, so when you say it's not to you to comment, it's not to you to comment that's a bad thing or a good thing. So that's going to be up to Albanians to decide as well.
I think that it's not helpful for me to speculate on what could happen in the future.
So you're focused on the present?
I'm focused on making sure that the United States provides all possible support so that we get to April 25th in a way that builds confidence and that results in an accurate reflection of what the Albanian people want.
Madam Ambassador, let's focus a bit on the justice reform. Here I think you can talk much, openly, because that's I think the biggest investment that the U.S. has had in Albania since 1991, I guess, when you supported the restatement of the democracy in the country. So how the process is going? Because, there are many people lamenting on this. They're saying, they are slow, the institutions have not built yet, the results are not there yet. So, give us some more hopeful messages.
All right. So, as we said at the beginning of this interview, I pointed out the things that have happened over the course of the past year, where we started out the year without a constitutional court that functions. Now Albania has a court that functions. You need a couple more judges to have the full complement of 9. And I think that parties will work on that. The responsible institutions will work on that. SPOC had not yet begun to function. It's now functioning. There are some cases that it's looking at. I don't know what those cases are. That's for them to decide. And then now, of course, with NBI functioning as well with their investigators. So there is movement. I think that the Albanian people are right to feel impatient. They have been without true justice for too long. And they're right to be impatient. They're right to demand faster action. And I think we're going to see some of that coming up in 2021.
So you're saying that you will see some big fishes in the net within this year?
I don't do, those types of public relations stunts. I'm interested in results. So, I don't make big promises. All I can tell you is that the United States is serious about justice reform, that we are serious about corruption. We're serious about building a relationship with Albania that is strong on democracy, defense, and business. And I leave it to you to judge based on facts how much progress has been made or not made. I said this before. I hope that people do not get distracted by propaganda and hyperbole. People should focus on facts.
Okay, based on facts, I can say that the previous ambassador also was very enthusiastic about the same issue, but that dates 2017, 2018, and we are 2021. And I agree with you that, things now with the justice reform have to be done properly, and of course that needs time. And of course 3 years, 5 years, historically speaking, are just 1 second. But in a lifetime of an individual, 5 years or 10 years are very important. And in 5 years, we see our kids grow up, and we see ourselves growing old. And then comes the point you say, okay, what is the notion of time when it comes to these things? So when? What is late and what is early, and when is the right time? That's why we have doubts. Even us, I'm one of those persons who have and still supports strongly the justice reform. You know, it has come to that point that we have actually to see the results. That's why I'm putting some pressure on this question to you.
Yeah, I think that you are beginning to see results. You have seen some big cases announced beginning last summer. And what ends up happening is, again, you know, making the distinction between propaganda and fact. There are some who want you to believe that Albania has always been corrupt and that it will always be corrupt, and that if you don't agree, that you are naive. Well, I have news for you. That isn't normal, and that isn't the way Albania has always been. I believe in the United States. The reason I believe in the United States is not because we're perfect, but because we strive to do better. I believe in Albania for the same reason. This isn't a perfect place, neither is the United States. But I think the Albanian people have enough fire in them and enough commitment in them to make a change. I look at your history. Albania is the land of Skanderbeg. You resisted the Ottoman Empire when no one else did. Albania is the land of Besa, and today happens to be Holocaust Remembrance Day. But you are the only country in Europe where you ended with more Jews than you began, 10 times as many. Nobody else did that. You are the country that rejected Enver Hoxha and threw him out. I think that these are really admirable elements of Albanian character. So I believe in Albania. I believe in the Albanian people, and I don't think that you should ever give up hope. These people who tell you that nothing is happening and that nothing will ever happen, these are not people who are telling you the truth. They are telling you a lie so that they can continue in whatever terrible activity they're engaged in. Don't lose hope. Hope is a weapon.
It's true. Okay. Shkojmë në përjashtë shkurtër publicitare dhe rikthehemi minutat e fundit me zonën Kim.